ever?
That's what I said. Exams make me nervous.
They shouldn't, Patty. Not if you know the subject.
Guess that's why they make me nervous.
Kathy, I have the spookiest feeling. As if I'm being stalked. We both are. By exam week. Let's keep studying. Kathy, I could swear there's someone in the room with us. Yes, Patty. Big Brother is watching.
You can invent the most exotic reasons to avoid studying. I guess you're right. It's just battle fatigue.
What is it now? Big Brother isn't watching Kathy, but Little Brother is.
Ross, what were you doing down there?
Me? I was just passing by. Come clean. What were you up to?
Nothing, sis. I was just trying to take your picture.
Why were you being so sneaky?
I wanted an unposed snapshot. You look so pretty that way. I think that's sweet.
I smell a small mouse. What were you going to do with the picture after you got it?
Show the kids at school what a beautiful sister I have.
Last week you said I was a creepy dragon.
No, I didn't. I said you were a creepy, scaly dragon. But that was last week, sis. You've changed a lot. Please let me snap you, Patty.
Forget it.
Oh, what harm can it do?
I wish I could figure out what your angle is.
I'm sure he hasn't any.
Okay. One picture.
Thanks. Say cheese. Cheese. Thanks a million, sis. You're not a creepy, scaly dragon anymore. Funny kid.
I guess that deep down he really has some feeling for me.
And I mean deep down. I'm sure he does. Yes, sir? It's possible my brother the Fiend is finally joining the human race. Did you get it? Yep, mission accomplished. Boy, women sure are suckers for flattery.
Did you tell her what it's for?
Nah, what she doesn't know won't hurt her. Boy, imagine Patty being worth a TV set.
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day. Where Kathy adores a minuet, the ballet russe, and crepe Suzette. Our Patty loves the rock and roll, a hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet, still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
Ross, if Patty wins the contest, how will you keep her from finding out?
Easy. No one in the family reads the New York Metropolitan.
But if Patty wins, won't they write her a letter?
I'll intercept it.
Even if you do, won't they send a TV set to Patty?
Not if I call them and tell them I'm picking it up for her.
Boy, you've thought of everything, haven't you?
Patty just better win, that's all.
Why is it so important, Russ?
Promise you won't tell anybody? I'm giving this set to my folks as an anniversary present.
Wow, you're the last of the big-time spenders.
It's a special anniversary, their 20th. This time it's going to be the gift that counts.
Hey, it says here the contestant should include a brief biography of herself.
Biography?
Family background, hobbies, special abilities, and musical talents.
And it's my luck to be stuck with a no-talent sister. I'll have to make something up.
Make it up?
Sure, who's going to know? Let's see. It's got to be exciting. I was born in Paris, France. My father was an ace pilot shot down over Normandy. After escaping from prison camp, Dad met my mother, a baroness serving as a spy in the French.
There. That part's finally finished. It's beautiful, Patty. Your mother will love it.
I hope so. Well, I better get started on Papa's. His and hers.
I wish I could knit like that.
So I can knit. And you can sing an aria and order dinner in almost every country in Europe.
Well, a continental childhood has its drawbacks. I was 15 before I saw my first banana split. Ross, how many times do I have to tell you? Knock before you come in.
Okay.
Come in.
Can I borrow an encyclopedia?
Yeah, it's downstairs. And remember to put it back where you got it.
Don't worry. What's that?
Patty's anniversary gift. Matched skiing sweaters.
Not bad. Oh, not bad, he says. And what are you giving them? Oh, I hadn't thought about it.
Ross, it's their 20th anniversary.
Time flies, doesn't it?
Ross, you are giving your parents a present.
I guess so. Another clay ashtray, I suppose. I always say it isn't the gift, it's the thought that counts.
How about that tatty-tot? Perhaps Ross doesn't have any money to spend, Patty.
You mean he doesn't have any feeling?
Now, Patty. Never mind now, Patty.
I'd get my parents a special anniversary gift if I had to beg, borrow, or steal.
Evening, darling.
Oh, hello, dear. What kept you so late? I was getting worried.
Anniversary plans. Nat, I managed to book us into the same cabin at Lake George that we spent our honeymoon in.
And they say men aren't sentimental.
Well, it's a rather special occasion. Been the best 20 years of my life.
It's been a wonderful marriage.
I'm glad you asked me.
So am I.
Hey, where are the kids?
Well, Patty's upstairs knitting us an anniversary surprise. Matched skiing sweaters.
Good. And I presume our son is fashioning another one of his famous clay ashtrays.
Probably.
I know it's the thought that counts, but why does he always think of ashtrays?
As a matter of fact, he hasn't said a word about our anniversary. Usually by this time, he comes hinting around to make sure of the exact date.
You don't suppose he's forgotten?
Oh, dear, I hope not.
We'd feel terrible if it turned out he had, especially this year.
Maybe we should drop a hint.
Good idea. Give him a chance to dig up some clay. Ross!
Yes, Dad?
Ross, would you come down here for a minute?
Sure.
Now make it casual.
Oh, don't worry. I'm an old hand at this.
Hi, Dad.
Evening, son. Did I interrupt your homework?
Yeah, thanks. What's up?
Ross, I was wondering if you'd seen my road maps anywhere. I'm looking for the one that shows the route to Lake George.
They should be up here. Yep, here they are, right where they always are.
Thanks, son. Well, might as well start mapping out the route, huh?
I guess so.
Your mother and I are planning to go up to Lake George, you know.
Have a good time.
For a weekend. The 14th.
Sounds great.
The 14th is a special day. Do you happen to know what day that is, Ross?
14th. It's a Friday.
It's a very special Friday this year, though.
You're telling me.
You mean you knew?
Sure. It's Yogi Berra's birthday.
Yogi Berra? I did everything but hit him over the head.
One good thing. No clay ashtrays this year.
Oh, you must be expecting something real special, Ross.
I sure am.
What is it, a love letter, or did you enter the Irish sweepstakes?
No, you see, Wood sent the snapshot up. Ouch!
I'm sorry, Ross. There's nothing for you today. Just a couple of bills and a letter for your sister.
My sister? It's from the New York Metropolitan. Here, hold these.
What's it say?
Dear Miss Lane, congratulations. You have been picked as a finalist in our Beautiful Teens contest. Yippee!
Wow, you did it!
Yeah, but listen to this. The winning contestant will be selected on the basis of both appearance and talent. We request that you appear in our audition hall Saturday the 8th at 1 p.m. to compete against the other finalists by demonstrating the special abilities mentioned in your biography.
What does all that mean, Ross?
It means we're dead.
Why? Can't you ask Patty to go to the audition?
Nick, it's obvious you're an only child. She'd never do it.
After all, it's to help get a swell present for your folks.
Nick, you've got it. That's the angle. After all, they're Patty's folks, too.
How can she say no?
She can't. Blood's thicker than water. And when the chips are down and Patty knows her kid brother's in a spot, you know what she'll say? She'll say, Lake, aw. But geez, I've already picked you for the finals. All you have to do is go down there, smile, and pick up the TV set. What do you say?
No. Twist that around.
Is that your final word?
By no means. I haven't started to say what a depraved, deceitful, wicked little monster I think you are.
Ross only wanted to surprise your mother and father with a nice present, Patty.
Oh, so did I, by eating my fingers to the bone on this sweater.
Gee, it looks beautiful.
Out.
But
Out.
G-E-T,
Out.
beautiful teens contest. Too bad they're not picking the juvenile delinquent of the year.
Patty, I don't say Ross should have done this, but at least he did it for a good cause. When I think of how he snaked me into posing, I want to show the kids at school what a beautiful sister I have.
He must believe that. He entered you in the contest. What could he do? I'm the only sister he's got.
It's very important for Ross to give your parents something special this year, and you're the only one who can help him do it. But he had no right to enter me. All he wants you to do is go down and see the judges.
That's not so much to ask, is it?
I knew he had an angle.
He's a pretty smart little monster.
Then you'll do it?
I guess so. It would be nice for him to give the TV set to the folks.
Good girl.
I'll go break the news to Mighty Mouse.
I just realized something. What? I could be Miss Teen.
I don't care what they say. Blood is thinner than water.
I can't understand you. Why won't Patty help you get a TV set for your folks?
Oh, she got mad because I entered her in a contest without telling her.
She's got a point.
Yeah, on the top of her head. Hi, Patty. Ross? It's pretty pitiful.
Forget the ashtray. I'll help you get the TV set.
You will? Did I tell you she was the greatest sister in the whole world?
I heard. Blood is thinner than water.
It's all right.
Now, exactly what does old Pointy Head have to do?
Just drop down there Saturday and have them look at you. Once they see how pretty you are, we just pick up the TV set and leave. You get a big cup, too.
I don't know whether you're the world's greatest optimist or I'm the world's greatest idiot. But let's try it. Ross, why didn't you tell her that she has to sing opera and dance and speak foreign
Because if I
languages?
told her, then she'd never go down there.
What happens when they ask her for a sample?
You know your problem, Nick? You're a worrier. You're a finalist. Come on.
Excuse me. Sir, my name is Patty Lane. I'm here from...
Lane? Take dressing room 3. We'll call you.
all that? Come on, let's get to the dressing room.
How do I look? Just fine, Patty.
Yeah, especially considering you have this terrible cold. I don't have a cold. Well, if you did have, and somebody asked you to sing or dance, it'd be a good excuse not to, wouldn't it? What are you talking about?
Miss Patty Lane, on stage, please.
You're on, Patty. Good luck.
Yeah, remember your cold.
Ross, if there's something you haven't told me, you better tell me now.
Miss Patty Lane, on stage, please.
Well? Is there?
Yeah. Good luck.
Thanks. Ross, you haven't done it again, have you?
I sure hope not.
Miss Patty Lane?
Yes, sir.
Well, we've all been looking forward to meeting you.
Oh, thank you.
It isn't often you run across so much talent in one person.
Oh, I'm just an ordinary teenage girl.
Your modesty is refreshing.
Oh, a lot to be modest about.
Well, with your background, it's understandable. How's your father?
Papa? He's fine.
Good, good. Does he still fly?
He flew to Pittsburgh last month.
I only wish he could have been here today with your mother, the Baroness.
My mother, the Baroness?
Oh, well, I imagine she doesn't use her title in this country.
No.
Well, what are you going to sing for us?
Me? Sing?
I gather from your biography you have quite a remarkable repertoire. Would you like to start off with an American song?
Okay. Do you know, Tell Me Mama, key of, E? Tell me, Mama, what to do if a boy makes eyes at you. Tell me, Mama, what to say when he looks at me that way. Should I let him hold my hand? Tell him that I think he's grand. Tell me, Mama, tell me, Mama, tell me what to do. I don't know what I should do, 'cause I've been taught by the golden rule. If he wants to be my steady beau, should I go and play it cool? Tell me, Mama, if it's nice. Do you know I need your advice? Tell me, Mama, it's okay if he wants to see me every day. Should I let him know I care? Do you think I should beware? Tell me, Mama, tell me, Mama, tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. Tell me what to do.
Excellent, Patty, excellent.
Thank you. Well, bye.
Oh, could we hear something operatic now?
Operatic?
Yes, in your biography you mentioned you also sing arias.
Oh, arias. I need a drink of water. All right, what did you tell them about me?
That you could sing a little. I had to make you sound glamorous.
Well, I'm not, and I can't sing opera.
Well, how was I supposed to know they'd ask you? What are we going to do?
Kathy, you can sing an aria. I can, but you talked me into helping the little monster. Now you get ready, fix your hair like mine, and go out there and sing.
I'll wait outside.
Caro nome Signor, visti primo palpitar, e dell'amor, mi ti è sempre
Patty.
Thanks.
Well, after all that, do you still have enough energy to dance for us?
Dance?
Yes. How about showing us how well you tap dance?
But, yes, sir. As soon as I get a drink of water. Are we in? I don't know. How well do you tap dance?
Wonderful, wonderful, Patty.
It's nothing.
And now if you'll just say a few lines to us
Sure.
in Italian, French, and Spanish.
I need another drink of water. French. C'est gentil de votre part m'avoir invité aujourd'hui. Italian. Tutti quanti ho stato molto gracioso a me. E in conclusione, Spanish. Quisiera decir solo esto. Espero ganar. Gracias. Hey, listen to that applause. I'm really talented.
Well, we did it. Yeah, we did it. We really fooled them.
They never suspected a thing.
They'll deliver the TV set tomorrow and you can give it to the folks. Hey, they're going to ask where I got it.
We'll think of something. The important thing is for them not to find out how we got it.
Well, hello, children. I didn't hear you come in.
Where'd you get that?
We stole it.
You what?
That's right, Aunt Natalie.
It wasn't their fault. I was the mastermind.
Maybe you better begin at the beginning.
It all started about 20 years ago when you and Mom got married. And then Kathy said arrivederci, and they gave her the cup, and tomorrow they're delivering the TV set. They said Patty had enough talent to be two people.
And you did all this just to buy us an anniversary present?
It isn't any anniversary, Mom. It's your 20th. You and Dad have been so great to us. I couldn't see myself sticking you with another of those rotten clay ashtrays.
We love those rotten clay ashtrays, son.
I'm sorry, Papa. I really goofed.
By accepting that cup, you cheated the real winner out of it.
I know. But it isn't too late. I'm going to go down there and give them their cup back. I'll go with you.
Me too. I want to see their faces.
Maybe they'll give the TV set to the girl who won second prize.
Yeah, she was loaded with talent.
And there was only one of her.
Yeah.
I know it's not your fault, Cuz. But sometimes I think life would be a lot easier if there was only one of me. But a lot less fun. Let's go.
Take care of yourself. And please, don't give Mrs. Gordon a hard time.
We won't.
We'll see you Monday.
Goodbye, Kathy. Thanks again. The gloves are lovely.
Thanks for the sweaters, Patty. We love them. And, son, it was your finest ashtray.
Thanks. You realize it was a last-minute job.
Yeah, we realize. Well, goodbye, all.
Goodbye, darling.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
We'll call tonight.
Bye.
You know,
I don't care if they are my parents. They're the end.
yeah. Patty, can you play the tuba?
No. Why?
I bet you could if you tried.
Ross?
Well, there's this contest for girl tuba players, and I was thinking...
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find
They laugh alike.
they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are...
Good looking. Interested in athletics, poetry, and space travel. Write Lancelot, box 385. Boy, he sounds great.
What would you expect him to say? He's short, fat, and stupid?
If I ever see that in an ad, I'll know who it is.
I'm not fat.
I guess that makes you short and stupid.
Hold it. This is not a battlefield.
I think I'll drop him a little line.
Do you think that's a wise idea, Patty?
To have a pen pal? Sure.
But you don't know anything about him.
Let's leave it up to old 2 feet on the ground. Don't you think it's a good idea, Kathy? No, I don't. Why don't you mind your own business? First letter or two might not do any harm, Patty. But things like this have a way of becoming involved.
I wouldn't mind becoming involved with a dreamboat like that.
Imagine. There that poor boy is. Lonely and disillusioned. And good-looking. And good-looking.
Patty, that description may be a complete fiction. You don't know one single fact about this boy.
I have a feeling about him.
So have I, and I'm against this.
Papa, who was Lancelot?
He was a knight.
What kind of knight?
A good knight.
Good night.
Meet Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day. Where Kathy adores a minuet, the ballet russe, and crepe Suzette. Our Patty loves to rock and roll, a hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet, still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
You.
Well, who are you expecting?
I thought it might be the mailman.
I've seen the mailman. You're better off with me. What would you like to do today?
Go jousting?
Jousting? What made you say that?
I don't know.
Why don't you have an apple?
This isn't a good season for apples.
Richard, haven't you ever fancied yourself as a knight in shining armor?
Sure, I guess every boy does. Let's go bowling.
Okay.
Well, what's the matter?
Nothing. Only it seems all our lives we've gone bowling every Saturday. We're in a rut.
Well, what would you like to do?
Oh, go bowling, I guess. I'll go change.
Where'd I go wrong?
You sound like the answer to all my dreams, Guinevere. Guinevere? That's my code name. It is obvious from your letter that you are a warm, sensitive human being. A rare, free spirit.
Oh, boy, what did you write to him?
I just revealed the real me. In a world of strangers, it is such joy to find a kindred soul. Another being who understands and cares. Please let me hear from you soon. Always, your Lancelot.
Wow. What does he look like?
Tall, good-looking, athletic, according to his publicity. Patty hasn't actually seen him yet. Anyone who can write like this is an honest man. You can feel his sensitivity coming right through the paper.
Hi.
Oh, hi, Richard.
I guess I'd better be running along. Me too. Promised Mother I'd be home early. Bye.
I'll go with you. I'll see you at home.
I thought we were going to meet at the library. I waited for you there.
Stop nagging.
Nagging? I made a simple statement.
Oh, I know he's wearing those sloppy sweaters.
Well, what do you want me to wear to the mall chop? Tails?
And can't you comb your hair?
I don't know what's the matter with you, Patty. You've been acting like we're married.
Married? When I get married, it's going to be to someone who's sensitive and gentle and understanding.
That's what I'm looking for, too.
Richard, I'm going to give you some advice. You better shape up.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means that I want something more out of life than milkshakes.
That girl's gonna lose me if she's not careful. My darling Guinevere.
If but one day were left to me, I would spend that day with thee. At but an hour before I died, I would spend it at your side. And if in minutes my span was through, I'd beg to share that time with you. It's beautiful. Lancelot has talent. Yes, so are you going to meet him? Oh, I don't know. Compared to him, I'm such a clod. Oh, there's Richard. He's becoming a real faucet. Drip, drip, drip. I think Richard is very nice. Well, he used to be. But he's changed. Has he? Or have you? I guess I'm outgrowing him. Girls mature faster than boys. I let him in.
Hi, Kath.
Hello, Richard.
Is her ladyship in?
Patty's in there.
Boy, she sure has been acting like a snapdragon lately. What's with her?
I can't say. But there's an old adage you might think about.
What's that?
The pen is mightier than the sword.
Like, hi there.
Hello, Richard.
Do you mind?
Is that all you ever do? Eat?
Doesn't everybody?
Oh, sure. But there are other things in life.
Like what?
Like poetry. Don't you ever think about poetry?
What made you ask that?
I don't know.
I know lots of poems. The boy stood on the burning deck, eating peanuts by the peck. The deck grew hotter. His feet got toasted, but he kept on eating. He liked them roasted.
That's what I thought.
What's the matter, Patty? Everything I do is wrong lately.
I've been thinking, Richard. Maybe we've been seeing too much of each other. I think we should stop dating. Now, don't go getting your feelings hurt. One day you'll thank me for this.
I'll thank you now.
What?
You haven't been so much fun to be with lately. All you do is criticize. Why do you wear that old sweater? Why don't you comb your hair? Why are you eating an apple?
Just trying to be helpful.
I can get that kind of help from my enemies. If I want to be nagged, I can always go home to my parents. Well, guess this is goodbye.
I guess it is.
I don't know what happened to us.
I'm just looking for something more in life.
We all are, I guess. Well, Patty, I hope you find it.
I think I already have.
You mean there's some other guy?
In a way.
Well, maybe I have some other girl.
I hope so, Richard. Good luck.
Thanks. Good luck to you.
Say, where's Richard been? I haven't seen him around here lately. Not that I'm complaining, I'm just curious.
Richard won't be coming around anymore, Papa.
Did you have a quarrel?
No. We just decided not to see each other anymore.
Doesn't sound like a quarrel, it sounds like a war. Are you, seeing someone else?
Not exactly.
Well, it's none of my business. I certainly don't want to pry. Who are you seeing?
Just a boy.
What's his name?
Lancelot.
Do you mean that handsome, lonely, sensitive boy who was looking for a pen pal?
Oh, brother.
Are you telling us that you've given up Richard for a boy you've never seen?
Oh, I don't have to see him. You should read his letters.
Patty, there is an old adage. A boyfriend at the door is worth 2 pen pals on paper.
That doesn't apply to Lancelot, Papa. Would you like to hear part of his last letter?
I certainly would.
I already read it.
Oh, you little...
Ross, that's snooping.
She left it out in the open.
Where out in the open?
At the bottom of her bureau drawer. Tell him the bit about the Oasis.
Oasis? Where does he live, in Arabia?
He lives in New York. But his heart belongs to the world.
Oh. Go on.
And now that I know you, dear Guinevere, I have found my oasis. My thoughts turn to you, and I am at peace.
Who's Guinevere?
Well, that's my code name.
He sounds like quite a boy.
Have you, exchanged pictures or anything?
No. We decided that looks are but superficial facades.
You did. Aren't you planning to meet?
Someday, maybe. Why?
Because I think you should. Tell you, Patty, I really don't like the idea of your building up fantasies like this. Now, if this boy is as great as you think he is, you should find it out.
If he's not?
Well, I think you should find that out, too.
Patty, you haven't said one word in 10 minutes. Is something wrong? What is it? Doesn't Lancelot want to write anymore?
Oh, it's worse than that. He wants to meet me. I mean, personally.
Oh, but that's wonderful.
Is it? What do the words terrible panic mean to you?
Can't meet him. Why not?
Because I'm nothing and he's the end. Let's face it, Cuz. I'm just another girl. There are millions of me running around. If he met me, he'd lose his faith in human nature.
Do you want to stop writing to him?
Of course not.
Then you've no choice. You've got to meet him.
No, I don't.
You can meet him. You're all the things he thinks I am. Forget it, Guinevere. You're on your own.
You mean you won't help me?
I am helping you. I'm sending you out to meet your dream man.
Where's your courage?
I'm sure Lancelot wouldn't be interested in a coward.
I guess so.
Where can I meet him? Why not here in the house?
No. It's too light.
Too light?
Yeah. I want someplace dark where he can't see me. He's probably just as nervous about this as you are. You don't think he'll take one look at me and run?
I don't think he'll take one look at you and run.
Okay. I'll make a date to meet him this Friday night. I wonder where he is right now. I wonder what he's doing this very moment. My dear.
Isn't Patty ready yet? She's been dressing all afternoon.
She had a difficult time deciding what to wear.
Say, what if that boy doesn't show up?
He'll show he's smart.
I'm sure he'll show up.
He really sounds quite wonderful.
Where are they meeting?
At the malt shop. That proves he's smart. If he doesn't like Patty, at least he gets a malt out of the deal.
Do I look all right?
You look beautiful, Patty.
What if he doesn't like this outfit?
Let him buy you another one.
He may expect me to look older. In fact, now that I think of it, I'm sure he does. I'll be right back.
But...
Good evening, Lancelot. It's so amusing to finally meet you at last. What do you think?
He'll think you're your grandmother.
Are you sure he wants a sophisticated girl?
Now that I think of it, I'm sure he doesn't. He's very athletic. I'll be right back. Tennis, anyone? Good evening, Lancelot. I'm Guinevere. I'm sitting on to meet you. What do you think?
Why don't you really fool him and go as yourself?
It's myself. I couldn't. Patty, do you remember what you said? It's what's inside that counts.
Honey, once you've met him, you'll feel better.
How did I ever get myself involved in this? Okay. I'll go meet him. Good luck, Patty. Gee, I wish I was prettier and smarter.
Honey, you're everything you need to be. You just remember that. And if he doesn't appreciate you the way you are, well, you come back here and we'll buy you a malt.
Thanks, Papa.
What's the book?
Sonnets from the Portuguese.
You're gonna read on your first date?
No, it's our identification. Each of us is carrying a copy.
Why don't you wear a rose in your teeth?
Bye, everybody. I love you all.
Call us as soon as you can.
Good luck, sis.
It'll be fine. I feel like I'm going to my execution.
Would anybody like to go down to the malt shop and get a soda?
No, we are all staying right here.
Hi, Patty. Hi, Mary.
Hi there.
What are you doing here?
Where? Oh, having a soda. You mind?
No, of course not.
Sorry, I can't ask you to join me. I have a date.
Oh, that's all right. I'm meeting someone, too.
How you been?
Just fine, thanks. How have you been?
Oh, great. Never better.
Good. That's very good.
Well, I'll see you.
Yeah, see ya. Sonnets from the Portuguese. Is that your book?
Yeah, it's for a test.
Oh, I see. Where's your date?
Oh, she'll be along. She's pretty crazy about me, you know.
She must be.
Well, where's your date?
I changed my mind. If you see him, tell him not to wait for me because I won't be here.
I don't know who he is. Patty!
Two-timing, double-dealing nerve of him. All the time he was going with me, he was writing to this other girl. He wasn't writing to this other girl. He was writing to you. Don't be logical.
Weren't you writing to another boy?
Well, that's different. I'm a girl. Boy, when I think of all the things he wrote about himself. You're my oasis. Let me spend my last moments with you. I'm artistic and sensitive. He's about as sensitive as a wet noodle.
And do you think he really wrote those things?
I guess so.
I thought they were very impressive.
Impressive? Richard wrote them. Which Richard? What do you mean? Which Richard? Well, the one who comes around here in sloppy sweaters with his hair uncombed and an apple in his mouth? Or the one who's so shy and sensitive that he's afraid you might laugh at him if he wrote a poem to you? So, he's forced to write to a dream girl he's never even met. Never thought of Richard as being poetic and sensitive.
Sometimes it's hard to say the things we feel very deeply. No one likes to be laughed at.
I hate to find myself on Richard's side, but there's more to Richard than meets the eye.
Does he know you're Guinevere?
No, and if you tell him, I'll have you beheaded. I'll get it.
Hi, excuse me for butting in. Can I see you a minute, Patty?
Sure. Come on in. I thought you had a date.
Oh, well, I canceled it. You know how it is.
Sure. I know how it is. Come on in.
Hello, Richard. How are you?
Hello, my boy. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Mr. Lane.
I haven't seen you in a long time. What have you been doing?
Ross, why don't you and I go into the kitchen and I'll fix you a sandwich?
Great. What kind?
Well, I better get in the den and work on my editorial.
I'll go upstairs and straighten up.
Bye, Richard. Let's see you around here more often.
Thanks. I really stopped by to apologize.
What for?
Oh, I don't know. Being such a slob.
Don't say that. You're sensitive and intelligent and wonderful.
Me?
Yeah. You. Richard,
Yeah?
do you take me to the malt shop?
You mean? I sure would, and I'll treat. There's something I better tell you first. What I said about canceling my date tonight wasn't exactly true. I got stood up.
Oh? Anyone I know?
No.
Was it someone you liked?
Think so. I never actually met her. She was kind of a blind date. We'd been writing to one another.
That's kid stuff.
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, she sure made a fool of me. She never even showed up.
Was she anything like me?
No. Guinevere was older than you, kind of sophisticated. And,
Guinevere?
well, that's what she called herself. She was very deep. Kind of sensitive and warm and...
You sound like you're in love with her.
I don't know. Maybe I was. A little. Now I'll never have the chance to find out.
You never know. Let's go. Lancelot.
Hi, folks.
Hello, Richard.
All right.
No more bananas? The apples are getting good. Aren't you dressed yet? I have an alley reserved for 8 o'clock.
Are we going bowling again?
Sure, what's wrong?
Is that all you ever do? Eat? You told me you were going to throw that shirt away. Why don't you ever comb your hair? I might buy you a new sweater for Christmas.
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find
They laugh alike.
they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are...
Bless you. Thank you. I know you and I know me, and I tell you, you can't. And you don't know me as well as you think you do. Oh, don't I? Will you listen to... Bless you.
What are you two arguing about? I can hear you all the way upstairs.
About who loves who the most.
Bless you. That's what you're arguing about.
It wasn't really an argument, Aunt Natalie. I was just trying to tell Patty how much I appreciate everything she's done for me. I haven't done anything for her. You've taught me new dances. You've gotten me dates.
Bless you.
That's nothing. Look what you've done for me. Who is it who's always helping me with my homework? You. And no wonder. She got the highest marks in the whole class, that's all. Your marks were excellent. Oh, nothing like yours. Gee, it's great to have a brain for a cousin. That's why Mama and Papa gave you that beautiful pin. It's really boss.
We'll get you one if you'd like, Patty.
Oh, I didn't earn it. Kathy deserves it.
Oh, isn't your allergy any better, darling?
No. The only thing that keeps me from going crazy is having Kathy around to console me. I'm sure Dr. Fair will find out what's causing it soon. He better. I wonder if anybody's ever sneezed to death.
Bless you.
Thank you. He must have given me 10,000 allergy tests. I've given up sweaters, dogs, apples, and automobiles. They can practically land a man on the moon. If they could stop me from sneezing.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I'll get it.
I'll never be able to see another movie. It was mean of them to throw you out of the theater last night. Yeah, but when they did, who went with me? You did.
Dr. Fayer's here, dear.
Kathy, Patty,
Hi, Doctor. Good morning, Dr. Fair.
how are you feeling this morning?
Oh, she's been going on like that night and day. She hasn't had any sleep in a week. Isn't there something that can be done? A new drug or...
Oh, that won't be necessary.
What do you mean?
I've just finished completing a very thorough investigation of your allergy. And frankly, Patty, we were all baffled. Every test we made was negative. Do you remember last week when I asked you to give me an hour-by-hour report of everything you did, everyone you saw, every place you went, when you sneezed most, when you sneezed least?
Yeah, I wasted half a day writing that thing.
Oh, that time wasn't wasted. You solved the whole problem for us.
You mean you know what's causing her allergy?
That's right.
That's wonderful, Dr. Fair. What am I allergic to?
I'm sorry to tell you this, Patty. You're allergic to your cousin Kathy.
Meet Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights the girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bouquets, different as night and day. Where Kathy adores a minuet, the ballet russe, and crepe Suzette. Our Patty loves to rock and roll, a hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet, still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
I can't be allergic to Kathy, Doctor. She's my best friend in the whole world.
That has nothing to do with it. This is entirely a physical thing.
Couldn't you have made a mistake?
Absolutely none. Why, here's a chart we had made up. Now, Patty went to this class alone. She didn't sneeze. She shared this class with Kathy. She sneezed. During the day, when she's away from Kathy, she's fine. At night, when she shares a room with Kathy, she sneezes. No, there's no doubt about it, Mrs. Lane. Being around Kathy causes Patty to sneeze.
I've never heard of people being allergic to people.
Oh, it's much more common than you suspect. There was a case recently where a wife was allergic to her husband. They had to get a divorce. Now, we have a lot more to learn about allergies, but I'll tell you how to cure this one. Don't you get too close to Kathy and you won't sneeze anymore.
What about the room we share?
Well, you might try moving your beds farther apart.
How far apart?
when the sneezing stops. That's it. Well, I've got to be running along. Good day.
I'll see you to the door.
I feel like Typhoid Annie. You don't believe what he said, do you, Kathy? Me allergic to you? That's ridiculous. He seemed quite sure. Well, so am I, and I tell you, it isn't true. I hope not. I'll prove it to you. Stay right there. Now what? Okay, now we take a step toward each other. Another one. Another one. You see, I took... You're allergic to me. Better move it back a little more. There, that's it, right there. Are you sure that's far enough? Oh, sure. Maybe I should move into another room. Gee, Kathy, you're not taking this personally, are you? I'm trying not to, Patty. I just feel as though I'm a leper or something. That's ridiculous. You can't help it if there's something about you that makes me sneeze. Sometimes allergies can be psychosomatic. What does that mean? Well, if you resent someone or dislike them, it can come out in a rash or hives or sneezes. Oh, Kathy, that's crazy. I love you. Oh, Kathy, would you mind sitting over there, please? Certainly.
Kath, now I don't want you to worry about Dr. Fair's report. And nobody knows for sure what causes these things. It's just some sensitivity that triggers a physical reaction.
I know, Uncle Martin.
The important thing is not to take it personally.
That's what I told her.
I'm sure it's only temporary. It'll probably go away soon.
I hope it goes away soon. Hi, Rich.
Let's go.
Oh, you could at least come in and say hello.
Okay. Hi, everybody.
Oh, good
Hello,
evening,
Richard.
Richard.
Let's go. Good night, everybody.
Gee, I'm glad we had this little visit.
Me too. Hey, you're not sneezing now. How come?
The doctor found out what I was allergic to.
Oh, that's great. What was it?
I'll tell you on the way.
No, tell me now. Pollen? Strawberries? Pussycats? Dust?
Me.
You? What?
Patty is allergic to me.
No, seriously, what did the doc say?
Boy, it takes a long time to get through to him.
Richard, it's true. There's a slight... Well, when Patty and Kathy are together, Patty begins...
You mean she's allergic to Kathy? Well, that's the funniest thing I ever heard. Ow!
Come on. Where are you two going? To the movies. The Witch Doctor Strikes Back.
You could use a witch doctor here.
Now, can we go?
Isn't Kathy coming with us?
No, thank you. I think I'll stay in and do some homework. Come on, Kath. Why don't you come with us? I don't mind sneezing a little. Honest. No, thank you. I'll stay in. Look, I'm not going to let this keep us from being together. I don't care what the doctor... Bless you. Thank you. Come on, Richard.
Good night, everybody. I think that's the funniest thing.
He didn't mean anything by that.
No. What he said is right. I'm very funny. People look at me and begin sneezing. I could replace snuff.
Now, Kat.
Excuse me, please.
Martin, what are we going to do about this?
I don't know. I'm no doctor. Suppose we can just watch and wait, read up on allergies.
I could understand Kathy being allergic to Patty. But
that will be enough of that, Ross.
You know, I'm developing a whole new philosophy. When life is going along peacefully and everything looks great, watch out.
Checkmate. Psychosomatic disorders are a direct result of strong emotional conflict, leading to abnormal physical manifestations. When the body behaves abnormally, it is invariably because of strong basic emotions, such as fear, hatred, or jealousy. I knew it. Patty hates me. Hi there. Whoops, I almost forgot. You know I didn't sneeze once all night? Congratulations. Isn't that great? Hey, too bad you missed the movie. Boy, is it creepy. It was about this space monster who comes down from outer space, and his machine cracks up and he lands in the jungle. And he keeps boom, boom, knocking down trees. Suddenly, a witch doctor jumps out with a huge poison spear. And he keeps jabbing at him and jabbing at him and jabbing at him and jabbing at him, trying to kill him. But it doesn't even phase the monster, it just keeps till he reaches this village. Everybody screams in terror. And then the witch doctor casts a spell on the monster. Over, doober, over. And you know what happens? 6 more space monsters jump up. I love those wild pictures of everybody cast spells and everything. What'd you do all night? Uber, doober, uber. Bless you. Hi, Patty. Hi, Maggie. Oh, hi, Rich.
Hi, Herb.
You coming over tonight? Sure. Oh, what time? Oh, about 8 o'clock. Give the old folks a chance to cool it. See you then. Bye.
Hi, Patty.
Hi, Eddie.
How many?
3.
Okay, right over here.
Eddie, we need 2 tables.
You need 2 tables and there's 3 of you?
Yeah, Kathy needs a table.
Oh. Okay, take this one and that one.
How you doing, Kat? Just fine, thank you. I wish you could join us, but...
I think it's the funniest thing I ever heard of. You stop doing that? Oh, hi, Kathy.
Hello, Ted.
Are you alone?
Quite alone.
Well, why don't we join Patty and Rich?
You join them if you like. I can't.
Oh, you and Patty having some kind of an argument, huh?
We are not. Anybody who'd argue with Kathy must be out of their mind. She's pure gold.
Well, then why won't she sit with you?
It's a long story.
But it sure is funny. All right, what do we have? I'll have a double tulip flip with a scoop of vanilla, strawberry, and tutti frutti ice cream, a little hot fudge, some walnuts, and a few cherries. And easy on the whipped cream. I'm on a diet.
I'll have a chocolate soda. Black and white soda, please.
A banana milkshake. Hi, Patty girl.
Hi, Alfred boy.
Is it on for tonight?
You bet. 8 o'clock.
Kathy, I thought you were in quarantine like Typhoid Mary.
Achoo!
Why don't you leave her alone, Alfred?
I can't help it. I just look at her and I sneeze. Achoo! Choo!
Don't mind him, Kath. I don't mind him. What is it? Don't you know? I guess not. Well, if you don't know, I can't tell you. Can't tell me what? They're laughing at me, but the problem is yours. Now, wait a red-hot minute. You're blaming me because you make me sneeze? Exactly. And if you don't believe me, ask Dr. Richard Duncan. Who's he? A great authority on schizophrenics. What's that? It's a person who has 2 personalities.
All right, who gets 2 sodas?
Give one to each of her.
I'm home.
Hello, darling. Have a good day?
Fine. I gave a speech today at the Newspaper Guild luncheon.
Were you a smash?
Well, I got a few laughs.
What'd you talk about?
Teenagers.
That is no laughing matter.
You're telling me. You should hear some of the stories the other fathers have to tell about their teenagers. Do you have the feeling sometime that they're out to get us?
Every day.
How's the combat area around here?
Everything is quiet at the moment. I'm afraid it's the lull before the storm. They're barely speaking to each other. It's ridiculous. Patty can't help it if she sneezes.
I'm not so sure.
You mean you think she's trying to sneeze?
No. Nat, do you think that Patty could be jealous of Kathy?
I don't know.
I mean, if Patty were upset because Kathy got the highest marks in the class, that would explain a lot of things.
But Patty genuinely loves Kathy.
I don't really think that has anything to do with it. Patty is a very competitive girl. Where is she now?
Upstairs.
Patty, would you come down here for a minute, please?
What are you going to say to her?
I'm going to try a little psychology.
Martin, do you think it's a serious problem?
Well, when two girls who really love each other can't stand to be around one another, I think it could develop into a serious problem, yeah.
Papa, did you call me?
Yeah, your mother and I would like to have a little talk with you.
What didn't I do now?
Sit down.
Oh, it's going to be one of those serious talks.
Would you like to begin, Nat?
Oh, no, thank you. I'm a listener.
Well, there's no point in beating around the bush. Patty, jealousy is a very unattractive quality.
I know. I can't help it if Kathy's jealous of me.
Kathy's jealous of you?
Isn't that what you just said?
No, it isn't what I just said. Patty, what was your reaction when Mr. Brewster announced that Kathy had gotten the highest marks in the entire class?
I said, yippee.
And when did your sneezing start?
The day after. You don't think I'm sneezing because I'm jealous of Kathy?
Well, the thought had crossed my mind.
But that's ridiculous. I was glad when she made it. I really was.
I believe you, Patty. I think you were glad, consciously. But unconsciously, you seemed to have a deep-seated resentment. And the result was that every time Kathy got near you, you started to sneeze.
That doesn't make me a very nice character, does it?
Patty, there's nothing wrong with good, healthy competition. It's only when it's carried to an extreme that it becomes a problem.
Honestly, I didn't know I was jealous of her. My conscience thought my subconscious was really pleased. What do I do about it?
Now that you know the reason why you sneeze when Kathy comes near you, I think you can cure it.
How?
I want to try a little experiment. Now, I want you to say to yourself, and really mean it, I'm not jealous of you, Kathy. I'm not jealous of you, Kathy. Okay?
Okay. I'm not jealous of you, Kathy. I'm not jealous of you, Kathy.
Good. You see, if you really mean that, then that message is going to sift down to your subconscious. And then your subconscious won't have any reason to sneeze anymore.
I'm returning your dictionary, Uncle Martin.
Kath, Patty has something that she wants to say to you.
Yeah. I'm not jealous of you, Kathy. I'm not jealous of you, Kathy.
You see?
I will never understand irrational numbers. If you can't, no one can. Funny.
I wish you'd be quiet. Do you know that our final math exam is Friday?
Where's Kathy?
Up in her half of our room.
Oh, why don't you ask her to come down and help us?
No.
What are you suddenly so proud about? You always used to ask her to help us.
My subconscious won't let me.
Your what?
Skip it. Now listen, we're all going to pass this exam without any help from Kathy. How do you multiply complex of fractions?
Well, you take the last 3 digits in the first column and then...
You take the first 3 digits in the last column.
I don't get it. We're down here cracking our brains, and the genius is upstairs breezing through all this. Pass me some pie.
I thought you might like a cup of tea, Kathy.
Thank you, Aunt Natalie.
Oh, they're studying up a storm downstairs.
Are they?
Crossword puzzle. Aren't you studying for the algebra exam Friday?
No.
It must be a wonderful feeling to be such a good student.
Aunt Natalie?
Yes, Kathy?
Would you mind very much if I asked you and Uncle Martin to take back the pin you gave me?
Don't you like it?
Very much. Only... I'd like you to take it back.
Why, Kathy?
I just would.
Is it because of Patty?
I don't blame Patty for being angry with me, or jealous. Studying just seems to come easily for me. And then to have her parents give me a prize for it, it's enough to make anyone sneeze.
You know something? I love you.
I love you too. Will you take it back?
If you want me to.
Thank you.
So I thought that instead of taking Kathy's pen back from her, we should give Patty a pen. That way Patty won't feel there's any favoritism.
Just sounds like a wonderful idea.
This is exactly like Kathy's.
Oh, hi.
Aren't you home early?
I flew home. I did it.
Well, whatever you did seems to put you in a euphoric state of mind.
I passed my algebra test. I got a B.
Patty, that's wonderful. Either way, your mother has a little surprise for you.
Yeah? What is it?
This.
That's beautiful. It's exactly...
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Am I? That must be what's causing it. There's something in this that Patty's allergic to.
You mean I'm not allergic to Kathy?
No.
The reason that you sneezed every time you got close to Kathy is because she was always wearing this pin.
Are you sure?
Let's test it. You see? Nothing.
I'm not jealous of Kathy.
And I owe you and your subconscious a big fat apology.
Hi, Kath. I have the most wonderful news for you. I have some wonderful news for you. Mr. Brewster called me in to give me the results of my algebra test.
The principal of the school called you into his office? Gee, that's marvelous.
Isn't it? And I didn't even study.
And you still got 100?
100? No. I failed. Now Patty doesn't have to be jealous of me anymore. Hi, Rich.
Hi, let's go.
Come on and say hi to the older generation.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
What?
I just said it to scare you.
Well, you succeeded.
Where's Kathy?
Oh, she'll be right in. She's just finishing up in the kitchen.
How'd she do on that makeup test?
She got 100. That's how she did. You know something? I'm jealous. I'm ready. Let's buzz.
Long adioso.
Long adioso? What language is that?
It means so long.
Not to me, it doesn't.
Patty, you sneezed. It's all right. I'm catching a cold. That's wonderful. Bye. Long adioso.
Long adioso.
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find
They laugh alike.
they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins.
What have you done?
I've just been voted the best dressed girl at the school dance next Friday night.
You've just been voted the best dressed girl at the school dance next Friday night?
That's right. And you know why? Because of the beautiful new dress you're going to buy me.
I see. Does Patty really need a new dress?
Oh, I'm afraid it's a necessity.
How much is this necessity going to cost me?
Let's say $40.
Let's say 40. Here's 20.
Hi, Pop. Got any left over for me?
No.
Papa, Sue Ellen's dress is going to cost a lot more than this.
Sue Ellen's father is a banker. Look at it this way. Sue Ellen has more money, you have more ingenuity.
$20 worth?
Honey, you'll outdo her. Don't worry.
Well, Kathy, you want to come with me while I get my dress for Friday night? Oh, I'd love to, Patty, but I promised Frances Gordon I'd accompany her to Musicale this evening. I'd better practice. Excuse me.
Would you like me to come with you, Patty?
No, thanks, Mom. I'll take Maggie with me. You probably got a million things to do.
And you're afraid if I pick your clothes, I'll dress you in muslin and old lace.
Mom, I don't care how old they say you are. You're young in heart.
Meet Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bouquets, different as night and day. Where Kathy adores a minuet, the ballet russe, and crepe Suzette. Our Patty loves to rock and roll, a hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet, still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you find
They laugh alike.
they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
May I help you?
Oh, yes. I'm looking for an evening gown. My class is giving a dance Friday night.
Did you have anything particular in mind?
Well, yes. It has to be imported material, special design, hand-sewn, one of a kind, and sell for no more than $19.95. $19.95.
That's all her father thinks she's worth.
That is not. He's already given me so much I couldn't take any more from him. Oh, look, my birthday present. A solid gold bracelet.
Let me see what I can find.
Thank you. Maggie, look at this one. Oh, it's all gold. Beautiful color. Gold. Oh, I bet it cost $60, $70. Oh, it's worth every penny of it. Oh, I knew it. $79.50. Come on, let's get back to the bargain basement.
Hello, girls. Hi, Maggie. Patty.
Hi, Sue Ellen. What are you doing here?
Getting my dress for Friday night.
Me too.
You're not buying this one.
Oh, of course not. Of course I am. Why not?
It's, $79.50.
Mm-hmm. That's what it says.
Well, my father is president of a bank, and even I have to think twice before I spend that much money.
My father's editor of a newspaper, and I don't think at all.
I'll say. I think you'll like this one. Isn't it lovely? And only $16. Isn't this the one you wanted?
Yeah, I'd take it in a minute, but it's not my size.
Patty, you're making me nervous.
What size are you?
I'm a 5. That's at least a 12.
It's a 5.
Oh, it's a 5. We don't have a charge account here.
I'll be happy to open one for you. Here you are, Cinderella. Now you can go to the ball. How much is this one? $95. I'll take it. Good. I'll just get my order book.
Patty, you are out of your head buying that dress. Wait till your father finds out. Will you relax? I'm not going to keep it. I'm going to return it. I just have to show up that show-off. Don't tell me you're thinking of spending $79.50 for a dress. My father's president of a bank, and I have to think twice. She can't even think once.
Hello, darling.
Hi, Mom.
Hello, Maggie.
Hello, Mrs. Lane.
I see you bought your dress.
Yeah, kind of.
Do you know what? Your father phoned from the office because he was worried he hadn't given you enough money to get a good dress. Is it all right?
Oh, Mrs. Lane, it's the most beautiful thing you have ever seen. Yeah. Mom, if you're going upstairs, would you put this in my room? I'm a little late.
Sure. Where are you going?
I'm meeting Richard at the malt shop. Oh, Mom, if he calls, will you tell him I'll be late because I'm stopping off at Jean's? Oh, and if Scotty calls me, will you tell him that I'll meet him at Ann's at 4 instead of Emma's at 6?
If Richard calls, you'll be late because you're stopping off at Jean's. If Scotty calls, you'll meet him at Ann's at 4 instead of Emma's at 6.
Thanks, Mrs. Lane. My mother can never get them straight.
I get a lot of practice.
Come on, let's go. Aunt Natalie?
Yes, Kathy?
Have you seen my blue dress?
Oh, dear, I forgot to pick it up at the cleaners. I'm sorry, Kathy.
Oh, that's all right. I was going to wear it to the musicale this evening. I haven't anything to wear.
Yes, you do. Wear Patty's dress.
Oh, I couldn't. It's her new dress.
Oh, she won't mind. She wears your dresses all the time. Besides, it's an emergency.
Are you sure she won't mind?
Of course not. You know Patty. She'll be pleased.
I'll wear it.
Good.
Into the malt shop and saw you? I told you. She finally got tired of hanging around the dress shop waiting for me to return the dress. Now we can go back. You're a real brain. True. Let's go get it. It's a good thing we were open late tonight.
It's no use. It won't come out.
How am I going to tell her? Hi, Mama. Hi, Kat. Hey, look at the stain on that dress. You ought to be more careful. It's ruined. Oh, I'll see you later. After you got You know, it's the funniest thing, but it looks exactly like a dress I bought at Vito's. Isn't that a coincidence? Isn't it?
It was my fault, Patty. I told Kathy to wear your new dress.
I shouldn't have worn it. I'm so sorry, Patty. It was really...
Don't worry, darling. I'll give you the $20 you spent for the dress. And you can buy it.
Oh, boy. you angry with me, Patty?
No. You see, I told you. Well, I'd better start dinner.
Guess I better be running along. I'll see you in prison.
What is it? Can you take a shock? That dress cost $79.50. Or it couldn't. Oh, you only had $20 to spend.
I was trying to impress Sue Ellen. I had to prove to her that I could buy a more expensive dress than she could. I was going to take it back. Oh, boy. Wait till Papa finds out.
I'll tell him it was my fault. After all, I did ruin it.
That won't do any good. I shouldn't have bought it in the first place.
Patty, where are we going to get all that money? Where?
Look. It's my darling little brother.
Hi.
Hi.
You know, Ross, we really don't spend enough time together.
You're right.
Ross, dear,
You're in trouble.
oh, but you can help me out. She always helps you when you're in trouble.
What's your problem?
I need $60.
F-G-I.
F-G-I?
Forget it.
Now what do we do? Spurs it?
We panic.
Hello? Is this the Third Avenue second-hand shop? Do you buy used dresses? Splendid. My dear, we're two society girls, and of course we're magnificent things. We have an exclusive creation that we could be talked into parting with. Describe it? Well, it's a gold dress with sort of a blackberry punch two-tone front. Hello? Hello? Is this the Ford Foundation? I understand that you, finance deserving projects. You do? Get in there and pitch. Well, we have a very deserving project that concerns the future of two young girls who are victims of circumstances and... An application. 6 months to process. We could try the Rockefeller Foundation.
Forget it. We have to solve this by the time Papa gets home.
How?
We're going back to the scene of the crime.
And I just read where the newest thing is two-tone dresses. You'll be ahead of everybody.
I'm sorry. I can't take this back.
Perhaps we could make a settlement of some kind.
I am sorry. Excuse me. Yes, madam. May I help you?
How much is this necklace?
$4.50.
It looks remarkably real. I'll take it.
You can't tell the difference between this and the real thing. I'll just get my order book and meet you in the front of the store.
Oh, good.
What are you doing? You heard what she said. You can't tell these from the real thing. Now, I can only find one that looks like my... Kathy, look. Doesn't this one look exactly like mine? Yes, but... Patty, you have a solid gold bracelet. Why do you want that?
Papa told me to use my ingenuity. Watch me.
I can loan you $50 on it.
$50? For this magnificent bracelet?
Well, Kath, I wasn't going to tell him, but I guess I'll have to.
Are you sure you should?
Positive.
Sir,
I can see that you have a kind face.
this money is for a very worthy cause. A family. A A loving family, 8 children, 1 mother and father, will be put out onto the street unless we can find some money for them.
Now that breaks my heart.
I knew it would. The man made some tragic mistakes in business. How much can you give me for the bracelet?
$40.
$40? That's less than you offered before.
I've got a wife and 9 children. If I make bad business deals, I'll be out on the street too. Now, $40. Take it or leave it.
Well, cuz, we made it. We took every penny we could beg, borrow, or steal, but the dress is paid for. How are you going to get your gold bracelet out of pawn? We'll worry about that tomorrow. At least the pressure's off. No wonder this thing only cost $2.50. It's turning my wrist green. We better go. I promised Richard I'd help him with his history. You promised Richard we'd help him with his history. Be a pal. What do I know about history? All right, let's go.
Hello, darling. You're home early.
I know. Well, the world was pretty quiet for a few minutes, so I thought I'd take the afternoon off, let Eddie handle things. Hey, what's Patty's bracelet doing here?
Oh, she went out. I suppose she left it there because she was afraid of losing it.
She really loves it, doesn't she?
Yes. It's beautiful.
You know what I should do? I should have it engraved.
Patty'd be so pleased.
I was going to do that when I bought it, but I was in too big a hurry. Jeweler told me I could bring it back anytime.
Why don't you surprise her?
You mean do it now?
Why not?
All right, why not? Think I can be back in less than an hour?
I can't wait to see her face when she sees it.
Neither can I.
Mr. Lane, well, how nice to see you.
Oh, Mr. Carey. See, I brought my daughter Patty's bracelet in to be engraved. I bought it here last week for her birthday.
Oh, well, let's see. Well, we'd be very happy to engrave it. Mr. Lane, you certain I sold you this bracelet?
Of course. It was $84 plus tax. Why?
Well, I'm afraid there's been some mistake. This bracelet isn't worth more than $1 or $2. It's a piece of cheap costume jewelry.
Costume jewelry? I paid you $84 for it, plus tax.
Well, I don't know how we could have made a mistake like that. And I'm terribly sorry. It's a lucky thing you brought it back.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Yes, a thing like that can ruin a store's reputation. Here's the one you should have had. Now, what was that engraving?
Oh, it should read, "To Patty, happy birthday from Popo."
Happy birthday from Popo. That's lovely.
You know, it's a lucky thing I went down to that store. Mr. Carey had made a mistake and given us a piece of junk jewelry.
You mean Patty's been wearing a piece of costume jewelry?
And telling everybody it was real gold. Maybe we shouldn't say anything to her about it. She'll feel terrible.
Well, I think it's kind of funny. She'll get a kick out of it.
Why don't you put it on the table?
Hi, Papa. You home early. Hello, Uncle Martin.
Hello, girls. Patty, your mother and I were noticing your bracelet.
You were?
You know, there seems to be something different about it.
Different?
Why don't you pick it up?
Pick it up?
Yeah, go ahead. Read what it says inside.
It doesn't say anything. How did that get there?
I took it down to the jewelry store and had it engraved for you.
You took it down to the... When?
Just a few minutes ago.
Surprised?
Dumbfounded.
This'll amuse you, Patty. There was some kind of a mix-up. Mr. Carey made a mistake and gave us some junk jewelry.
And when you went to have the bracelet engraved, you found the mistake.
That's right. So don't worry. This time the bracelet is solid gold. It's a good thing I took it back there, isn't it?
Lucky isn't the word for it. Do you want to break the news, or Shall I? Why don't you?
What news?
Father?
We're in trouble.
Father, haven't you ever wanted a long gold lame sheath with a square neckline and a panel back with a long tail?
Patty, what are you trying to say?
When I was born...
Patty!
I'll get it.
Natalie, I have the feeling she's done it again.
Done what again?
That's what's so interesting about Patty. You never know. And when you find out, you can't believe it.
Look who's here.
Mr. Carey. Well, is there anything wrong?
Well, I'm just a little confused, Mr. Lane, but I'm sure I can straighten it all out. Yes, at least I hope I can.
I was just trying to explain it.
I assure you that the bracelet I sold you was solid gold, Mr. Lane. Yes. I wrapped it myself.
Well, if you say so, Mr. Carey, I believe you. But somehow that solid gold bracelet got changed into a piece of costume jewelry.
It's hard to know where to begin.
Honey, why don't you skip the part about when you were born and start with more recent events? Say this week.
It really wasn't our fault. It was the fickle finger of fate. You see, I went down to buy a dress with the loot you gave me, and Sue Ellen was there giving me the ice cube. So I did the quick peacock bit until swap time, and the Cinderella here went to the ball, and the canary hit a clinker, and instant blackberry juice. They wouldn't take the dream job back. Then we got turned down by the Ford Foundation, and Kathy's tot tinning pot fell through. Then we bought the Carver and took the McCoy to the pawnbroker with 9 children, and that's how we got the loot to get off the racket beat us.
Patty, I was wrong. Why don't you start with when you were born? Natalie, I have been a newspaper man for 20 years, and I have never come across a story as wild as that. And I'll tell you something else. If I had, I wouldn't have believed it.
But it happened, Martin.
It could only have happened to Patty.
Wasn't entirely her fault. I told Kathy to wear Patty's new dress.
No, you didn't. Because Patty didn't have a new dress. We spent $80 on a status symbol, and she still doesn't have a new dress.
I'll have the dress she bought dyed.
And now she's got 2 gold bracelets, one of them in pawn.
Won't Mr. Carey take it back?
Oh, sure. He'll be happy to take it back to the store and hold it there until someone comes in and says, I'd like a gold bracelet engraved to Patty from Popo.
I meant, won't he take back the one in pawn?
Well, he's already agreed to do that.
Well, you've already straightened it out.
It's like straightening out World War II. She doesn't get it from my side of the family.
You don't want her, I'll take her.
No, you won't. And I'll tell you something. I can hardly wait to find out what she's going to do next.
Papa?
Father, you're still in trouble.
Father, I want to apologize. None of this would have happened if I wasn't trying to impress Sue Ellen. If you'll give me some time, I'd like to pay for it out of my allowance. It wasn't her fault, Uncle Martin. I ruined the dress. I want to pay for it.
You can both pay for it. And you can take as much time as you want. But please, no more status symbols, huh?
I won't ever care what anybody else wears again. Thanks, Father.
Popo.
I'm afraid we can't take it back in this condition. This dress is ruined.
Patty.
Oh, but you've got to take it back.
Oh, hi there, Sue Ellen. What happened to your pretty dress?
You'll never believe it.
Try us.
Well, I was holding a cup of coffee while I was putting the dress back into the box, and suddenly from the house next door, I heard someone singing some high notes, and the cup broke, and the coffee spilled all over the dress.
That's the strangest thing I've ever heard. That's pretty wild, all right.
Where am I going to get the money? I have to pay for the dress.
I'll give you a hint. Don't try the Ford Foundation.
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find
They laugh alike.
they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are together.
Is Kathy correct, Patty?
If Kathy says so, you can bet on it.
I want you to think for yourself, Patty.
Oh, I do, Mrs. Johnson. I think that if Kathy says so, you can bet on it.
You may close your books. Now, I don't want you to think of Korea as some remote historical event. What happened there involved people, ordinary boys and girls like yourselves. Many of those boys and girls are orphans. They have inadequate housing and clothing and food. Now, I think it would be a wonderful project for this class to adopt one of these orphans. This is a picture of Kim Ho Sin.
She's cute.
Kim lives in a remote village in Korea. He has no relatives. And we can be his foster parents for $10 a month. That's enough to see that he's properly fed and clothed and sent to school. He'll still go on living in his village, but he'll know that somebody's thinking about him. Now, who would like to contribute? Well, I'm proud of you. We'll need one student to collect the money, forward it, and correspond with him. Someone to act as a foster mother or father on behalf of the class. Who would like to volunteer for that?
I would, Mrs. Johnson. Please.
Very well, Patty. Kim is your responsibility.
Thank you. May I have this picture?
Of course.
Can't believe it. I'm a mother.
Meet Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bouquets, different as night and day. Where Kathy adores a minuet, the ballet russe, and crepe Suzette. Our Patty loves to rock and roll, a hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet, still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you find
They laugh alike.
they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
Do they play a lot of tennis in Korea?
I don't care. Kim's gonna be the only boy on his block who has his own tennis racket.
Where'd you get all these things?
Oh, I've been scrounging from all over the neighborhood.
Yeah, you're sure a good one. Wish I was your brother.
You are, Tiger?
Kim is my son. I know he's only my foster son, but I don't know, it still gives me a funny feeling. I mean, I know he's depending on me for food and clothes and everything.
Isn't the whole class contributing?
Oh, sure.
Martin, you know what she's doing?
It's nothing.
If you won't tell him, I will. Do you know the money we gave Patty to buy a new outfit? She spent the money on clothes for Kim instead.
I figured out my old outfit still had a lot of mileage in it. Kim doesn't even have any shoes.
Patty, that was a wonderful thing to do.
Well, that's not all she's doing, Uncle Martin. She got a part-time job at the stationery store, and she's sending her entire salary to Kim in Korea. Well, you cut it out. It's not that big a deal.
How much are you making?
$11.
I'll match it.
Oh, Papa, thanks. I'd like to contribute 2 weeks' allowance.
Me too.
Well, I guess I can spare some of my kitchen allowance.
What to say?
You shouldn't say anything. You were the one who set the example. You know, I'm really impressed. I've never seen this side of you before.
Guess my maternal instincts have never been aroused before. How does this sound, Kath? You would love America. We have skyscrapers here, hot dogs, the Yankees, and the Mets. And the Metropolitan Museum. Yeah. New York is the greatest city in the whole world. You can go rowing in Central Park in the summer and ice skating in Rockefeller Center in the winter. I wonder if you could use my old ice skates. Do you realize you've sent him 7 boxes in the last 3 weeks? What's the matter? Do you have something against starving orphans? Of course not. But I don't think starving orphans need Vassar pennants, Frankie Avalon records, and a no parking sign. You never know what's going to come up over there. I want him to be prepared for everything. I'm sending him a $200 money order. That's pretty practical. I can't argue with that. Would you mail it for me? Or why don't you mail it when you meet Richard to go bowling? Bowling? Oh, I canceled that. I'm staying in tonight to make fudge for Kim. Hi.
There's Kathy.
Hi, Kath. Hello, Patty.
Richard. Hi.
Hi, Troops.
Hi, Alfred.
Don't forget to save a dance for me tonight.
Oh, I'm not going, Alfred.
You're putting me on.
She means it.
Why aren't you going?
I'm taking the $250 it would have cost me and sending it to Kim.
You know something? I admire you. I think you flipped, but I admire you. Well, I'll be dancing with you in my heart. Long adioso.
Bye.
Hi, Patty. Kathy, Richard.
Hi.
Hi, Eddie. Hello, Eddie.
How's the kid in Korea?
Great. You should read some of his letters. I just haven't had
I haven't got time right now. What do you folks have?
I can't decide between a strawberry soda and a chocolate sundae. How much is a double banana flip?
60 cents.
Good. I'll have a glass of water, thanks.
Glass of water?
What are you doing?
I just saved 60 cents for Kim.
Patty, you really don't think Kim's gonna mind if you have a double banana flip?
You'd be surprised how things add up.
All right. It's my treat.
You mean it?
Certainly.
Can I have a double banana flip?
Sure.
Thanks. I'll take the cash instead. Glass of water.
Have you decided what you want?
Glass of water, please. You're all heart.
Make that 3.
3 glasses of water? Now, wait a minute. I gotta eat too, you know. Can you answer me a question?
Sure.
How do I get to Korea? Here's $1. Send it to the kid.
The master's home.
Hello, Master. How was your day?
Fine. You can read all about it in the Chronicle. Say, where's the Orphans Assistance League?
Oh, in the headquarters upstairs, wrapping a package.
I must say, I've never seen Patty throw herself into anything the way she has this.
I think it's wonderful. She got another letter from Kim today. Oh, he sounds like a darling boy.
Patty keeps this up, he'll have more money than I do.
Oh, I'm so proud of her.
Yeah, so am I. And you know what's really great? For once, Patty is involved in a project where there's no chance of her getting into trouble.
There. That should do it. Do you want to say anything to Kim? Just lend him my love. Is this package ready? Mm-hmm. Here we are. 200 pieces of bubble gubble. Did you read his last letter? Mm-mm. Listen. Dear Mama Patty. Is that cute? Mama Patty. Listen to the last paragraph. Your letters and many gifts choke me with happiness. I am so lucky to have you for a mother. I close now to go out in snow with snowshoe you send me. Snowshoe? Must be the tennis racket I sent. Guess they don't play much tennis in Korea. Oh, boy. Sure is a lot of red tape when you try to help someone. I must have signed 1,000,000 forms.
Say, what's new from Kim? I haven't heard much about him lately. Was there anything wrong?
I wouldn't know.
Well, now, what does that mean?
It means he's an ungrateful 8-year-old orphan.
Patty.
Well, he is. I worked my fingers to the bone, writing letters to him, sending packages, working every day after school and the weekends to send him money.
Well, what's the matter with that? You did it because you wanted to.
I'll tell you what the matter with that is. He stopped writing to me. Me, his own mother.
You haven't heard from him at all?
Not one word in 3 weeks.
Hey, maybe he's sick from all the fudge you sent him.
I'm sure he will write, and there'll be a perfectly reasonable explanation.
That's what I told myself the first week. Then the second week I said, maybe he's sick and he can't write to me. But the third week I said to myself, Patty, you're the biggest sucker in the whole world. I'll get it. It's probably Richard. Come on in, Rich. I'll be ready in a few minutes. Mama?
So we decided to say nothing and make Kim's arrival a complete surprise.
It is, Mrs. Lomax, it is.
Oh, I'm so glad. When we received your application to adopt Kim and bring him to America, the Air Force made special arrangements to fly him over here. In all my years of handling these cases, I have never seen such devotion. All those letters and gifts and money orders.
Mrs. Lomax, you said you received our application to bring Kim to America?
Yes.
Patty, did you fill out application forms like that?
I don't know. I signed millions of forms. Mama. He knows who I am. He recognizes me from the picture I sent him. I'm here, son.
Kim doesn't speak English.
He must. What about all the letters he wrote?
Well, he dictated those to a missionary in his village. The missionary translated for him.
You mean I have a brother who can't even speak English?
You also have a sister who doesn't speak much English.
Mama. Isn't that cute?
Well, you'll be hearing from me again. Good night.
Good night, Mrs.
Good night,
Lomax.
Mrs.
Night.
Well, here we are.
Patty, do you realize what you've done?
Yes, sir. I goofed. I didn't mean to. I just wanted to cheer up a poor little orphan. I didn't know he was going to pop up on our doorstep.
He didn't just pop up. You sent for him.
Oh, boy.
We are completely responsible for him. Here he is, 9,000 miles from home, and he has no one in the world but us.
Oh, boy.
We don't know about his customs or his language. He probably needs special foods. We have to make arrangements for school. Oh, boy.
I'm sorry, Kim. Please don't hate me. You're going to have to go back home.
Who said anything about his going back home?
You mean he can stay with us?
Of course he can stay.
Oh, Papo! Yippee! Thank you, Uncle Martin. We'll take wonderful care of him. I'll treat him like my own brother.
Then he's in trouble.
Welcome home, Kim.
Well, come on, we better go out and find somebody who can speak Korean. I'll get my jacket.
Are you sure you'll be all right here, Patty?
Oh, sure. Kim and I'll get acquainted. Hi. You, Kim, me, Patty. Mama.
As an old hand at the mother bit, I suggest you find out if he's hungry.
Oh, that's a great idea. He's probably starved.
And I thought Patty was finally in a situation where she couldn't possibly get into trouble. You want to know something? There is no such situation. Let's go.
See you later, kids.
Okay, bye. Are you hungry? You hungry? Hungry? Food. Umshik. Umshik. I speak Korean. I get it. Okay. Umshik. 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 Oh, hello, Richard. I want you to meet my son, the Korean.
How's he supposed to know what's in the cans? He can't read English.
Well, he probably doesn't eat this kind of food anyway. Wonder what he does eat.
Yak steak.
Now where am I gonna find a yak at this time of night?
Probably eats rice.
It's a great idea. We haven't got any rice. All right, let's go out and get some. Ross, will you take care of Kim till we come back?
Sure.
Good. Give him some of your things to play with. We'll be right back. We be right back. Sheik. Yeah, Sheik. When Mom and Pop get back, tell them we went out to get some Sheik. See you later. Mama!
Boy, are you a mixed-up kid. You, Kim, me, Ross.
Mama!
Forget it. Boy, I'm sure sorry I don't speak Korean. To tell you the truth, I never thought it was gonna come up. But don't worry, we're gonna have a lot of fun together, Kim. I'm your brother. I'll teach you how to play baseball and roller skate, and you can use my bicycle. I've got a new bat upstairs. You wait here. I'll bring it down.
We have enough rice in here to start our own patty.
I smell smoke.
Oh, so do I.
Hi, son. How's everything here?
All right. Kim tried to cook his own dinner.
Well, that was very bright of him.
Yeah. You know you can really light a fire by rubbing two sticks together?
That's a novel idea. Where's Patty?
Upstairs with Kim. Where have you been?
To 2 welfare agencies, UNESCO and the UN.
Are you trying to get rid of Kim?
No, Patty. They wouldn't take her, though. Well, Yugoslavia said they might be interested, but I don't know if they were serious.
We're trying to keep Kim, and there's some problems to be worked out. He's living here in a house where he doesn't understand anyone and no one understands him. He has to go to school.
We're trying to find a Korean housekeeper who speaks English.
Oh, boy, we're keeping him? That's great.
Now, what did you think I was going to do? Twirl my mustache and send him out in the snow?
No, sir. You know what? If I was an orphan, I'd sure want you for my father.
Thank you.
Hello, Kathy.
Hello.
Is everything all right?
Just fine, I think.
What are mother and son up to?
Patty's teaching Kim to brush his teeth. She bought him a toothbrush.
Martin, she thought of that all by herself.
Did she? Maybe we won't give her to Yugoslavia.
Now, I want you to brush your teeth every morning and every night before you go to bed. Mama. Oh, trying to soft soap me. You're going to brush your teeth. See? Brush, brush, brush. See? Okay. Here's your toothbrush. There you go. No, not my teeth. Your teeth. You. Sheik. Not Sheik.
Well, how's my brother?
He's going to sleep. You don't mind him using your bed, do you, Ross?
No, I can sleep here on the couch.
Thanks. Boy, he's sure a handful.
I know. The mother bit isn't easy, is it? Is it?
You should try it in Korean sometime.
I wonder what he must be thinking of all of us.
He must be quite confused. They put him on a plane and fly him thousands of miles to a strange country.
And then winds up with Patty for a mother. That's enough to confuse anybody.
I think Patty's doing a remarkable job.
Thanks, Mom. But this is the first time he's ever slept in a real bed.
How did he react?
Oh, I don't know. I just pointed to the bed and told him to get in it.
You know something? I feel like a grandfather. Since this is Saturday, you know what I was thinking we might do? Take Kim out on the town.
Well, that sounds like fun.
I thought we'd take him up the top of the Empire State Building for lunch and then maybe go up to the Bronx Zoo or take a ferry boat ride over to see the Statue of Liberty.
Well, I'd like to do some shopping for him this morning.
All right, we can do that first. I better tell the girls to get ready. I'll get that. Oh, good morning, Mrs. Lomax. Won't you come in?
Good morning, Mr. Lane.
I suppose you've come to see Kim. Right this way.
Good morning, Mrs. Lomax. I'll bet you're just bursting to know how Kim is. Well, he's coming along just fine.
Well, that isn't why I came.
It isn't?
I came to take Kim away.
I don't understand.
Well, there's been a terrible mix-up. Kim was sent here by mistake.
By mistake?
Yes, he's already been adopted by an American soldier who brought back a Korean bride. They sent in their application a week before yours, and it was accepted, but somehow it got buried under all the forms and papers and letters that Patty sent, and a new clerk got the applications mixed up and sent Kim here.
But you can't take him away from us. I mean, he's like a member of the family.
Mr. Lane, I can't tell you how sorry I am about this, but, well, his new parents are waiting for him. It wouldn't be fair to them if we left Kim here.
Hey, I just got a great idea. Hi, Mrs. Lomax. I bet you've come to see Kimbo, huh? Oh, you don't have to worry about him. He's great. Well, he woke up once last night, but I put him back to sleep singing rock and roll songs. He loved them. Papa, today's Saturday. Why don't we take Kim out on the town? The works. I thought we'd have lunch at the top of the Empire State Building, then maybe take him to the Bronx Zoo and rowing in Central Park, and maybe a ferry boat ride to the Statue of Liberty. Oh, you think it's too much in one day, huh? Well, maybe you're right. We can save some of it for next week.
Patty, Mrs. Lomax has something to tell you.
I'm afraid Kim can't stay here, Patty.
Because of the rock and roll songs?
Honey, Kim was already adopted. He was sent here by mistake.
Mistake? Papa, they can't take him away from us. Kim needs me. Who is he going to call Mama?
Isn't there anything you can do?
I'm afraid not. They're waiting for him.
I see. Well, maybe it's for the best, honey. I mean, this way, he'll be in a home where they speak his language and understand his customs. Now, let's think of it from Kim's point of view. We want to do what's best for him, don't we?
We're ready. Mrs. Lomax, when do you have to take Kim?
Right now.
Could we go with you and make a little detour on the way?
Detour? To where?
To the top of the Empire State Building. Bronx Zoo, Central Park, and the Statue of Liberty.
Well, that would be highly irregular. Of course you can.
Thank you. Kim, you're gonna have a day you'll never forget. Where shall we go first? Let's go find a hot dog stand. That's the only way to see America. This is an interesting chapter on fossils.
What does it say about us?
Do you know how far back some fossils go? 600 million years? Right. Here, look at this Brontosaurus.
He can't be that old. I saw him on TV last night.
It was probably a relative.
I get it. It's incredible. Dinosaurs were so big and they were all herbivorous.
They only ate herbids?
Herbivorous means plant-eating.
Why don't they say so?
Patty, sure wouldn't want to meet up with one in a dark alley. Patty. Kim! Mama! Mama! He still remembers me.
Boy,
hello,
wonderful.
Kim.
Hello,
How long has it been?
6 months.
And he still calls me Mama.
Bogo Super, Samnida.
Oh, I guess they just speak Korean at his house, huh? You, Kim, me, Patty?
Oh, Toko China, she's Samnika.
Ah, he forgot everything I taught him.
Not everything, Mama. Have some bubble gum.
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find
they laugh alike,
they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are
Late.
What's a dropout?
Now, what do you think it is, son?
A parachutist coming down enemy territory?
A dropout is a student who quits school.
Oh, boy, how can I get to be one?
Just keep up the grades you've been getting. Seriously, that's no laughing matter. Thousands of students are dropping out of high school before they get their diplomas. It's a terrible waste.
Kathy, where's Patty?
Oh, she's coming out, Natalie.
Say, Kath, I just got an idea. How would you and Patty like to serve as student advisors to our anti-dropout committee?
I'd love to, Uncle Martin, and I'm sure Patty would. Why don't you ask her?
Yeah, that's a wonderful idea. Having students on the committee?
I think I'll bring it up at the meeting tonight. Two of you could talk to students at their own level.
Fine. Patty, we'll be late. I'm ready. Let's buzz, cuz.
Patty, how would you like to serve on a committee to help stop school dropouts?
Gee, Papa, I'm afraid you picked a bad time to ask me.
Why?
Because I'm dropping out of school next week. Excuse
Meet Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day. Where Kathy adores a minuet, the ballet russe, and crepe Suzette. Our Patty loves to rock and roll, a hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet, still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you find
they laugh alike,
they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
Hi, Patty.
Hi, Rich. I want to talk to you.
I want to talk to you, too.
Are you still going through with it?
You bet I am. It's all set. I'll tell you about it this afternoon. Can you meet me at the shake shop after school?
Sure. Hello, Richard.
Hi, Kathy.
Bye now. Will you stop running for a minute and talk to me?
Long to go, so.
I've been trying to catch up with you all morning. You can't just announce you're quitting school and then run away. I didn't think everybody'd get so excited about it. Excited? Your mother and father are in a state of shock. I'll explain it all to them when I get home. You're going to explain it to me right now. Later. Now. Patty, I don't understand you. You were looking forward to going to college. We'd planned to go to the same college, share the same dormitory. I know. Well, then what is it? It's old Noodlehead. Who? Richard the Chicken-Hearted. He's dropping out of school next week. Oh, he can't drop out of school. He's going to be a doctor. He changed his mind. He decided he'd rather be a millionaire. He's starting next week. Patty, you've got to stop him. I've tried every argument I can think of, but I can't budge him. So I figured I'd trick him. By quitting school. I'm not quitting school, but I can't let Richard know that. When I tell him I'm dropping out, he'll be so shocked it'll bring him right back to his senses. I see. That's a marvelous idea. I got it from our family motto. If you can't lick 'em, outthink 'em.
You want the check?
No, I'm waiting for someone, Harry. Bring me another soda. Only this time make it a cherry soda.
They say American kids are soft.
Oh, and while you're at it, bring me another sandwich.
Another cheeseburger on a bun with the Russian dressing, tomatoes, and mustard?
No, make it an egg salad on pumpernickel with mayonnaise and hot peppers.
An egg salad on pumpernickel with mayonnaise and hot peppers.
Right.
It's your stomach.
Huh. What do you mean by that?
Nothing. I'll bring it right away. I don't want to make you late for dinner.
Oh, hi, Marcia. See you later, Marcia. Oh, hi, Patty. How'd you do in the physics exam? Who wants to be a physicist? I didn't do so well either. Richard's over there waiting for you. Old faithful. Long adios. Hi, Rich.
Oh, where have you been? I'm on my third soda.
Oh, I got tied up. I'm sorry. Oh, what's going on?
It's all set. I'm going out Monday and look for a job.
Doing what?
Oh, anything. Just so I start near the top. That's where the money is.
Have you told your father yet?
Not yet. He's got a very low boiling point. He's a real screamer. Does your father act like that?
No, he's the quiet type. Gets that real hurt look on his face. I'll take the screamer any day.
Parents are funny. They keep saying it's your life, but they keep telling you how to live it. But nobody's going to tell me I have to finish school.
No one can force you to get an education.
Right.
Richard, I've been thinking about what you said about school being a waste of time and who needs it.
Yeah?
And I've decided to drop out, too.
You? Drop out? You're kidding.
No, I'm serious. I figured if you're going to drop out, I'm going to drop out.
You would do that for me? Patty, that's the most wonderful thing I ever heard of.
So I figured if I told him I was dropping out of school, he'd say, I won't let you do it, Patty. No, sir. If you feel that strongly about it, I'm going to continue school. I'm going to go to college and become a doctor.
And you told him?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He said it was the best news he ever heard in his life. I can't understand why he's quitting. Last week he spent a whole evening talking about how excited he was about being a doctor. Yeah. He said he was going to join the WHO. Who? The World Health Organization. And go to some remote jungle in Africa and help all the poor natives.
That doesn't sound like a boy who's interested in becoming a millionaire overnight.
I know. He's changed his whole basic personality.
In a week?
Oh, you can't explain Richard, Papa. You just have to accept him.
I'm not accepting any youngster who drops out of high school. Our society is getting more complicated every day. Without a high school diploma, no one has much chance of getting ahead.
Now, that's what I told Richard, but I couldn't get through to him. His head is made of solid oak.
You know, maybe I could get through to him.
Would you try?
Why don't you ask him here for dinner tomorrow night?
Well, that's great, Papa.
If it's okay with you.
Of course it is. Fortunately, there's a sale at the supermarket.
May I have another piece of cake?
Oh, while you're at it.
Oh, certainly, Richard.
That makes 4. But who's counting? Papa, guess who I ran into today? Dr. Thayer.
Oh?
Yeah, he's receiving some kind of a medal for a Doctor of the Year. That's wonderful. His family must be terribly proud when you think of all the people he's helped and lives he's saved. I guess the medical profession must be just about the greatest one there is. Dedicating yourself to your fellow man.
Could I have another glass of milk?
Certainly, Richard.
Oh, by the way, Natalie, I ran into old Tim Newton today.
Tim Newton?
You remember Tim Newton, my old boyhood buddy?
Oh, Tim Newton, of course. How is he?
Oh, he's in terrible shape.
What's the matter with him?
Well, he's been having a very hard time of it. You know, Tim dropped out of high school before he finished. He got a job instead. Things went along fine for a while, but then he began to find that the good jobs were going to the men with high school and college educations. Everybody was moving up the ladder of success but Tim.
That's terrible, Uncle Martin.
When I saw him, he just lost another job. He'd been replaced by a machine.
Oh, what's he do, Mr. Lane?
Oh, odd jobs.
They have a machine that does odd jobs? Boy, I sure love to see it.
I guess it must be pretty rough getting anywhere without a high school education.
Old man Blair dropped out of school, and he's having a pretty tough time of it.
That's just what I was saying. What does he do?
Nothing.
It's my point exactly.
He's retired. He made about $20 million, bought a house in Florida, and now he doesn't know what to do with himself all day. Hey, there's a great new picture at the Orpheum. 7 empty coffins.
Why don't we just stay in tonight, Richard?
That's a good idea. You all go on into the living room. I'll clear the table.
Okay.
Ross, you can help me.
I didn't eat that much. Why don't I give you the money instead?
Boss.
Why don't I help Mom with the dishes?
Richard, I've been wondering, which college were you planning to attend?
Winoka.
Oh.
I've changed my mind, though. I'm not going to college. As a matter of fact, I'm dropping out of high school next week.
Really?
Yeah, school's a drag.
Well, I can understand that. I suppose if you're getting low grades, it's just not very interesting.
Low grades? I have a B+ average.
Oh. Well, are you having trouble with one of your teachers?
No, they're okay.
You don't like the school?
School's pretty good.
Weren't you going to be a doctor?
That's before I grew up. Who wants to be gotten out of bed in the middle of the night to take care of some neurotic who has a stomachache?
Well, if you feel that way about it, then you shouldn't be a doctor.
I'm not gonna be a doctor.
Well, that's too bad, Richard. I think you would have made a fine one.
It takes too long to build up a practice. I want to start making money now.
Is that so important?
You bet it is. I want to make a lot of money, and I want to make it fast.
What about all those sick natives?
I was just talking. They don't really mean anything to me. Look, if you people got me here to talk me into staying in school, you're wasting your time.
If you think I'm going around with a boy who's only interested in money, then you're wasting my time.
Well, nobody said you had to go around with me.
That's right. And I won't.
Well, that's fine with me, too. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm sorry, too, Richard. We're all a little upset about you dropping out of school, you know. Look, maybe if we discuss this...
There's nothing to discuss, sir.
Isn't your family going to be terribly upset?
Well, for a while, I guess. But they'll get over it.
Will you?
I wish everybody would stop acting as though I'm committing some kind of crime.
Don't you think it's a crime to waste human intelligence?
I'll be using my intelligence.
Let me ask you another question, Richard. Do you honestly think it's more important to use your intelligence in making money than it is to use it in developing a skill that would help people who badly need your help?
I think money is more important.
I see. Well, there's nothing more for me to say then, is there?
No, sir, I guess not. Will you say goodbye to Patty for me?
Of course.
I probably won't be seeing you people again. Thanks a lot for the dinner, Mrs. Lane.
You're welcome.
Well, goodbye, sir.
Richard said to... I was listening. How could I have been so wrong about him? I was actually planning to go into the jungles and help him with the sick natives. Do you know who's sick? Me. I should have my fuzzy head examined.
Patty, do you think that Richard could have some special reason for needing money that we don't know about?
Sure. Greed. Let's just forget it. Richard's father owns a big construction company. There's no excuse for this. I'm just going to see how fast I can forget about Richard.
Hey, look at this.
What is it?
That's the reason Richard's dropped out of school.
$2 million.
Martin, his father's gone broke and he didn't want anyone to know.
Patty! Imagine him going to work to help his family.
And all the terrible things that were said. What's wrong?
Nothing's wrong. I have wonderful news. Richard's father has lost all his money.
Now that we know the truth, what are we going to do about it?
I know what I'm going to do. I'm going over to Richard's house on my hands and knees. Can I watch? The time he needed me most, I walked out on him. You didn't know, Patty? All that talk about how he was interested in money and didn't care about helping people. He's the most generous boy I've ever known. It must be killing him to give up medicine.
They must be desperate if they're allowing Richard to quit school and go to work.
Isn't there anything we can do, Uncle Martin?
I don't know, Kath. Richard's father's in the construction business. I think he's used to pretty big jobs.
At a time like this, I'm sure he'd be grateful for even a small job.
Well, cement walk in our patio is cracked. We don't really need a new walk, but I guess to help him out, we can let him put one in for us.
Let's. And weren't Harriet and Marvin talking about putting a wall around their garden?
And Sam and Celia said their driveway was full of holes. Call him, Papa, please.
All right. What's his name again? Jonathan?
I want to finish this stretch from here to Flagstaff by the 15th so we can move the crew up to Utah and get started on the project up there. Do you see any problems?
We should be able to do it, Mr. Harrison, now that we're out of that turnpike contract.
The suckers that take that over won't get more than $1 million or $2 million profit out of it. The Utah deal is 5 times as big as that. Harrison.
Hello, Mr. Harrison. This is Martin Lane. See, listen, I'm sorry to bother you so late, but I need a favor.
That's all right. What can I do for you?
Well, I have some cracks in my patio walk.
Cracks in your patio walk?
Yes, now I know you don't usually handle jobs that small, but I wonder if you could come over and take a look at it.
He wants me to come over and take a look at the cracks in his patio walk.
What for?
What for?
I'd like you to repair them, as a special favor.
He wants me to repair it as a special favor. He must be broke. I'd be glad to come over and take a look at it.
Well, I certainly appreciate that, Jonathan.
Tell him about Sam and Celia.
Oh, and some friends of mine have holes in their driveway.
One of his friends has holes in his driveway.
He sounds like he has holes in his head.
Could be. His daughter goes with my son. Well, why don't I come over there tomorrow?
I'd appreciate that.
Invite him to dinner.
Could we give you dinner?
He wants to give me dinner.
Ask him what they're having.
What do you say we make it after dinner? Say about 9.
Fine. I'll see you then. Bye.
You're going over there?
Yes. Poor devil. He and his friends must be pretty hard up to go around asking for charity. That newspaper game must be pretty rough.
There. What have you got there? Some fudge for Richard. What has he done wrong now? Ha ha ha. Just for that, you can't come visit us in the jungle. Promise? I bet it really happens. Why not? You can make anything happen if you want it badly enough. Maybe I'll become a nurse so I can help Richard. I can see me now at his side while he's operating. There's an emergency. Calling Dr. Harrison. Dr. Harrison, please. Come rushing down the corridor. There you are, doctor. There you are, nurse. Patient stop breathing. You're the only ones in the world who can save him. Scalpel. Scalpel. Forceps. Forceps. Looks bad. Yes, it does. Good heavens! Do you know what's wrong with this patient? Yes, he has lumps. And he's not the only one. Oh, there's Mr. Harrison. Come on. And remember, they're a very proud family. No matter what he does, he's doing us a favor. Otherwise, they'd never accept it from us.
Good evening, Martin.
Hello, Jonathan. I certainly appreciate your taking the time to come over here.
That's all right. I figured it must be pretty important to you or you wouldn't have asked me.
That's right. Come in. You all know Mr. Harrison.
Yes.
Hello, Mr. Harrison. Good evening, Mr. Harrison.
Hello, everybody.
Would you like some fruit?
No, thank you. Is Richard here?
No, he isn't.
Would you believe it? I haven't seen that boy since yesterday.
Neither have I.
Maybe he's run away from home. No, he would have asked to borrow the car. Well, how's the newspaper game? A little slow?
Slow? Well, I suppose at this time of the year there's not too much happening.
Sure, a lot of businesses are seasonal. The trick is not to let it get you down.
Well, that's a wonderful philosophy.
When things get tough, we just can't quit.
That's right. That's a wonderful spirit.
I'm glad you feel that way.
And, if you'd like to take a look at the patio, it's right out this way.
I'll be glad to.
You'd never know it. He seems so well dressed. Keeping up a front. Poor man. You can always tell. I'm glad we're able to help him.
So am I.
Well, what do you think?
Oh, you've got cracks all right. I'll send a man over to repair them.
That's really nice of you, Jonathan.
Glad to help you out, Martin.
Mr. Harrison, as long as you're helping us out, here's a few more jobs we have for you.
What's this?
Oh, walls, cracking ceilings, walks. This neighborhood's in terrible shape. There are enough jobs to keep you busy for months.
I don't do this kind of work. I'm a construction engineer.
Oh, we know that. But you see, these people are very good friends of ours, and they would appreciate it if you would help them out by taking on this work.
Well, if it would really help you out.
Oh, it will.
Well, then I'll send a crew over tomorrow.
That's really a load off my mind, Jonathan.
It's a load off my mind, too. Now Richard won't have to quit school.
What did you say?
I said now Richard won't have to...
Uh-oh. He hasn't told you yet.
Richard's quitting school.
Well, he was thinking about it.
He never said a word to me.
He's a very proud boy.
If he has any problems, why doesn't he come to me? I'm a warm, understanding father.
What would you have done if he told you?
I'd have killed him. Why would he do a crazy thing like this, dropping out of school?
Well, he was trying to help you.
Help me what?
Well, when Richard heard you lost all your money, the first thing he did was go out and get a job.
Lost all what money?
The $2 million in the paper, I suppose.
In what paper? I didn't even notice it. All my small losses go through one of my holding companies.
You mean you're not broke?
Me broke? I'm too rich to go broke.
Why would Richard think you lost your money?
Because I have a big mouth, Mrs. Lane. Richard is always asking for something. A new car, a bigger motor. Why don't I buy a yacht? It's crazy with these kids today. In our day, give us a top and a string and we have a good time. The other night, Richard asked me to increase his allowance. No, he didn't say increase it, he said double it. Just then the phone rings and it's my superintendent. And he tells me that we're losing, how much was it?
$2 million.
$2 million on this little turnpike job. So I turned to Richard and I said, there you are. I've lost $2 million and I'm wiped out, and you're asking for a bigger allowance. It was a joke. Oh, he'll never make a businessman. On that tax loss alone, I'll make money.
Mr. Harrison, I don't think Richard wants to be a businessman. He wants to be a doctor. And he was willing to give all that up when he thought you were in trouble.
Well, that crazy kid never said a word to me. When I get home,
Yes?
I'll give him enough money to buy his own hospital.
Hi, Arthur. Hey, now, you look great. You all set for the little old basketball game?
All set for the little old basketball game.
I bet old Marblehead's mad, isn't he? My cutting in on his girl. Oh, hi there. I was just telling Patty you're a loser. Just couldn't hang on to her, could you?
Well, you can't win them all.
All set, baby?
All set, baby. Bye.
See ya.
Yeah. Let's get moving. 7 empty coffins goes on in 10 minutes.
Okay. Poor Kathy. Remind me to do something extra special nice for her tomorrow.
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find
They laugh alike.
they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind.